Hi, I'm Chris. This is Team Phoenix, and thanks for watching. So today's video is a missing person case from the UK. It's a case that has now gone past its first anniversary, and I'd really like to use this platform to continue to raise awareness and to keep it fresh in people's minds. It was on February the 15th, 2019, that 19-year-old Leah Crouicher just apparently vanished without a trace in Milton Keynes, Buckinghamshire. This is the last known sighting of Leah, caught on CCTV as she walked her normal morning route to work. Unfortunately, she never arrived, and when she didn't make it home later that day, her parents called police and reported her missing. She has never been seen or heard of since. The story starts the day before, on February 14th, Valentine's Day. Leah had an admin job with a finance company on Davy Avenue in Knoll Hill, about 2 miles from her home in Emerson Valley, Thurston. At 8 a.m. that morning, she set off walking to work as she always did and worked a normal day. Upon finishing work, she walked home around the eastern side of Thurston Lake. Thurston is a district on the west side of Milton Keynes. Police know that she took this route because at 5:45 p.m. she switched off, for some reason, the location service settings on her Samsung phone. Ultimately, this made her phone untraceable. Around 6 p.m, Leah arrived home and changed out of her work clothes into jogging bottoms and a long sleeve top. She told her family that she was going to see a friend. It was later discovered, however, that she didn't go to a friend's house, and her whereabouts between 6 p.m. and 7:15 p.m. are still unknown. Police are keen to try and find out where Leah was at that time. At about 7:15 p.m, Leah arrived home and her mum was cooking tea. Being a teenager, Leah fancies something else, so she orders herself a takeaway. According to her family, Leah was acting completely normal that night. The following day, February 15th, was a Friday, and when Leah set off at 8 a.m, her parents, John and Claire, had already themselves left for work. Leah took her usual route that day. She was wearing a black coat, black skinny jeans, black Converse high-top shoes, and was carrying a small black rucksack. Being a Friday, it would have been a dress-down day. Under her coat, she was wearing a very distinctive grey hoodie, bearing the logo of her father's martial arts club, Stuart B Taekwondo. At 8:13 a.m, Leah was caught on this CCTV in Buzzacott Lane, Thurston, about half a mile from her home. She was walking in the direction of Locksbear Drive and Saffron Way. This is the last known sighting of Leah. At 8:34 a.m, Leah's phone was switched off and she failed to show up at her work for a 9 a.m. start. By 6 p.m, when Leah didn't return home, her parents reported her missing. Now, 3 different witnesses reported seeing a girl matching Leah's description walking by Thurston Lake between 9:30 a.m. and 11:15 a.m. She was looking visibly upset while talking on her phone. To this date, police have not been able to confirm whether or not this was indeed Leah. Leah is described as 5'2", with shoulder-length brown hair, slim build, sometimes wears glasses. She is known to travel on foot through the Thurston area and into Knoll Hill. Leah is a very bright girl, confident, kind and generous. She very much loved her family, her friends and her home. She would always rather cozy up on a Friday night with a film than be out clubbing till the early hours with her friends. She absolutely adored fantasy fiction and even published some of her own stuff online. She was happy to be at home reading her Twilight books about vampires. Her mum even had to force her to go to the pub after her 18th birthday. She finally went, but came home saying it was too expensive and not much fun. Prior to her disappearance, she had been excitedly helping her family book a holiday, which was just a few weeks away, and none of her personal belongings or clothes were missing. This makes the theory that she may have just decided to run away even less believable. Certainly if she did, it was very poorly planned, but ultimately there was no way that she would leave her family and friends like that without a word, leaving them in a state of despair and worry. In July of 2019, Leah's sister Jade climbed Snowdon, the highest mountain in Wales, to raise awareness and make sure that as many people as possible are still aware of her missing sister. To quote Jade, "I just want to trigger someone's memory. All I can do as a sister is just to make sure that people still know that she is missing. We are thinking about her every second of every day. We are living through something you would never expect, and the pain and worry is immeasurable." Jade said her sister is a beautiful girl inside and out. Described her as quite shy, but funny and witty, with a personality which people warm to instantly. Fantastically, Jade also managed to raise more than £3,000 for the charity Missing People, which is helping to support the family. On the 25th of September last year, the BBC show Crime Watch aired a reconstruction of Leah's disappearance. This led to a woman calling in claiming that she saw Leah's distinctive grey hoodie lying near a lake at the Blue Lagoon Nature Reserve in Bletchley, which is about 4 miles to the southeast of where Leah was last seen. So on the 9th of October, police launched a major search of the lake and surrounding areas. Divers were sent into the water and sniffer dogs were used on the nearby woodlands. The search lasted 10 days, but unfortunately nothing of significance was found. In October, Leah's parents revealed that she was having an affair with a married man before she vanished. The relationship apparently started in the summer of 2018, and from September 2018, Leah became a little snappy and slightly more argumentative. Her parents put it down to normal teenage behaviour. This man cannot be named for legal reasons. Her mother Claire said that it started in the summer of last year. So that was 2018. She was talking about this man all the time. It was him this and him that. It was obvious she had a soft spot for him. She'd go and see him in the evenings, paying £13 each way for a taxi. It just wasn't like Leah to do things like that. She'd always been such a home-loving person and didn't like going out much. Then we found out he was engaged, and it sounded like it was an arranged marriage. I remember saying to Leah, "Don't you go falling for him, he'll never be yours." I was under the impression that she should stop seeing him then. Now, police have spoken to this man, and they say that they've no suspicions about him because it is believed that he has an alibi for the time that Leah vanished. Tragically, on the 16th of November, Leah's brother Hayden, who was just 24 years old, consumed with pain, took his own life. Hayden was part of the huge search team looking for his younger sister. Hayden's mother said that he was so consumed with anguish, so lost, so broken, that despite all of the love around him, he felt he had no choice but to take his own life. In February of this year, Thames Valley Police announced that it had 20 new reports of information and potential sightings after launching an anniversary appeal. The potential sightings were from various areas across the UK. Unfortunately, none of them led to a confirmed sighting or possible location for Leah. At the same time, Leah's father, John, threatened to publicly name a man that he believed is hiding key information with regards to his daughter's disappearance. He claimed that he was aware of someone who knows something and is hiding it, and they need to come forward as the disappearance is destroying the family. Even the police said that they thought there were friends or associates of Leah who were potentially holding more information about Leah's life than they were willing to share. Now, unfortunately, to this day, no further information has come to bear. Leah's parents fear that somebody has taken Leah because they question why she would just disappear. Her mother, Claire, said they've destroyed our entire family and I don't think they will ever come forward with this information. At this time, police doubled the reward for any information about Leah's whereabouts. It currently stands at £10,000. Her older sister Jade, who is 26, said, "How can someone just vanish without a trace? Even the police say it's really unusual. She got up like normal as she would on any other morning and followed the same route to work, but for some reason she didn't make it there." This is what we now know on the days leading up to Leah's disappearance. On Saturday, February the 3rd, 12 days before Leah disappeared, she announced that she was going to book a hotel room and have a girly night with two female friends, drinking and gossiping. Her mother said, "To be honest, I didn't think anything of it. I was pleased she was getting out and it seemed quite a normal thing for young people to do." Leah's dad dropped her at the Jury's Inn in central Milton Keynes and waved goodbye as she walked off. It was only much later when her bank statement arrived after her disappearance that her parents realised their daughter had lied to them. Her statement showed that she had booked a room at the cheaper hotel nearby, the Travel Lodge. The parents checked with her friends, of course, and they said they hadn't been with her that night. They believed that she was probably with this secret man, but didn't want to tell them. Unfortunately, CCTV of the Travel Lodge has been wiped out, or had been wiped out by the time the lie was discovered. The parents were asking anybody who was in that area on February 3rd, 2019, between 6:30 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. to rack their brains to see if they remember spotting Leah. It is possible that she and her companion went for a drink or food beforehand in one of the nearby pubs or restaurants. Leah was thought to have worn her black coat, black jeans and black rucksack. Looking back, there may have been other little clues that Leah was having an affair and had perhaps fallen head over heels in love for the first time. As I mentioned at the start, there was the mysterious outing on Valentine's night, the night before she vanished. She left home between 6 p.m. and 7:15 p.m, telling her mum that she was seeing a friend. But checks showed that she never saw that friend, and police, despite numerous appeals, have never established where she went or why or who she was with. No evidence on her phone records of a secret relationship, nothing. Did Leah run away deliberately with someone she knew and has either chosen not to return or was being held against her will? Or was she snatched off the street? One thing Leah's mother tries to comfort herself with is the fact that Leah was an expert at self-defense. She'd studied at her dad's martial arts club since she was a young child. Her mum just can't believe how anybody would manage to take her against her will without anybody else seeing anything. She said, "I've walked the route she took to work and it's busy. You are visible to other people and passing cars all the way, particularly at that time in the morning when everyone is going to work or school." She also can't convince herself that Leah ran away. Why would her daughter choose to cause so much hurt to them, people she loves? It's just not what Leah would do, and it doesn't make any sense at all. Leah's mum also remembers her as a little girl, talking about her dreams for the future. She said she's always been crazy about vampire books, and she used to say that all she wanted was to meet a bad boy vampire and be with him. Leah knows her dad's mobile number off by heart because it was very similar to her own. They live in hope that one day it will ring and it will be her. No matter what she has done or who she is with, they will never stop loving her. There is nothing they can't work out, and they want her to know that. Anybody with any information can contact the police on 101, quoting reference number 431900499929, or you can call Crime Stoppers anonymously on 0800 555 111. Alternatively, of course, you can contact the channel. Our email is below all of our videos, and we can pass any information on to authorities.